everybody, it's me, it's Alexis Maurice, and
your boy Trei Hollywood.
And it is time for a new episode of The Wine Up. So go ahead. What's a new episode of The Wine Up? So go ahead and pour yourself a glass of wine. Tonight we are drinking on some Beringer White Merlot. Ladies, put on some lipstick. Fellas, use your chapstick, lip balm. Thank you, because I ain't got no money to be buying on the phone. Put up a chair because we are about to discuss the latest hot topics. Now, while we go ahead and take our first sip, make sure that you like this video on YouTube. Also, make sure that you comment on the video as we go along. Let us know if you agree, if you disagree, or what your opinion is. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure that you share this video on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all of that good stuff, okay?
It's free.
It's free to share. Yeah. Cheers. Want to shout out all of the fathers. Happy belated Father's Day to each and every one of you guys out there. Trey?
Yes.
Happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you.
Are you a deadbeat dad, Trey?
I'm not.
I think you're a deadbeat dad.
Why do you think that?
Do y'all see Trey with his son anytime on Snapchat or Twitter, anything like that? I don't ever see him. You're a deadbeat. Do you pay child support, Trey?
No, I do not pay child support.
Deadbeat, like I said.
Because I don't pay child support?
He's a deadbeat.
If you pay child support, that makes you a deadbeat.
No, bitch, you don't pay child support. That's what makes you a deadbeat daddy. You don't pick your churn up on the weekend. No, that's what makes you a deadbeat dad. You don't go to the honor
from a deadbeat.
You don't go up to check up on your children up there.
He graduated from kindergarten to not this past Friday, but the Friday before.
Did you go to the graduation?
I did not.
Deadbeat.
But it's in Charlotte, and I'm here in Atlanta. But
deadbeat.
He's going to the first grade.
A real daddy would make sure that he's there. That's all I'm saying. A real daddy would make sure.
What you're saying is some bullshit.
But shout out to all of the fathers that JayZ bailed out of jail this past Father's Day weekend. So just to give you guys a little backstory, JayZ decided to bail out a bunch of black men who not necessarily have been found guilty of crimes, but they've been accused of different crimes.
Right.
And the reason he wanted to do this is because of the fact that, he feels that the bail bondsman industry, when it comes to black men, being accused of crimes or being put in jail. Exactly. The bail be too high where people can't get the proper representation. And a lot of times people struggle just to get, to find a lawyer, just to get someone out of jail. Because a lot of times, posting bail is 10%.
Yeah,
so if you got
$100.
Yeah, because you've been locked up. Right. But if you have $100,000 bond, you got to pay 10% of it. That's $10,000, and some people don't have $10,000 just laying around, for a rainy day. So shout out to him. Not only shout out to JayZ for that, but congratulations to JayZ and Beyonce for the birth of their twins.
Yeah, of course.
Now the names haven't been released yet.
Green and red. They said it was green and red, like the stoplights. You ain't heard it?
No, I did not hear that, Trey. That was corny.
I'm just telling what I heard.
Green and red was very.
I heard it was green and red.
That's not the name of the insurance name.
Hey, she named one blue. Why not?
But congratulations to them. They gave birth over Father's Day weekend on Saturday, to be exact. Now, a lot of people are upset,
pissed,
because they feel that Papa Knowles or whatever, Matthew Knowles, spilled the beans or whatever because of the fact that he posted this picture on Instagram. Happy birthday, they're here. Pound Beyonce, pound twins, pound JayZ, pound happy birthday. Now, people are feeling that Beyonce and JayZ should have been the one to actually announce that the twins were born. What do you feel about, or how do you feel about that?
Well, let me just say this. As a grandparent, I don't think it's wrong to be the one to announce it. But in his particular situation, I think that he should have left his mouth closed.
Why do you say his particular situation?
Because nobody don't really like him like that. Beyonce don't really like him like that.
Y'all don't know
Tina
that.
don't like him
y'all
like
don't
that.
know that. And see, that's what pisses me off with people like
piss you off?
Because people try to make like they know what the hell be going on between Beyonce and her daddy and all that. Y'all don't know.
Just like they be acting like Blue is they sister, and they be claiming talking about they got new brothers and sisters coming.
What are you talking
about? The
Beehive.
Just like how they be claiming that they family related to Beyonce. It's their nieces and nephews is being born, just like that. So yeah, I
think that's a little crazy. But I don't think you know what, Beyonce and JayZ probably gave Papa Knowles the blessing to actually go ahead
and
post that.
Did you see after he tweeted that? Did you see the response to the tweets?
No.
Like fucking hilarious. I swear them tweets were hilarious. It was just I even tweeted one, you know, with Whoopi from Ghost, when she said, "Run, you in danger." Whoopi, girl, you in danger. Like them response was hilarious after he tweeted. Go back and read the response that he tweeted. They was going in on him. The Beehive was going in on Matthew Knowles.
A good co-host would actually have the tweets prepared.
I can provide them for you. I'm not going to read them. I got them for y'all.
He would actually have them prepared now to read them while we're here on the show.
Oh, so I'm a bad co-host?
I'm just saying. Do your research, Trey. Be prepared.
I haven't prepared.
No.
Because I favored them.
But I want to say congratulations to George and Amal Clooney. They also gave birth to their twins a couple of weeks ago. And their babies' names are Alexander and Ella.
White people share their babies' names. Black
Clooney.
people be the ones, nah, bro.
Okay, have you ever thought about what your next child's name is going to be?
The funny thing about it is if I said I had a daughter, I want to name her Camry with a K.
Who?
Camry, because you know my son is
like
Camry.
A Toyota Camry?
Well, I guess if you want to call it that, but it's gonna be K. But
most people name it your Mercedes and stuff like that. You're talking about a damn Camry.
But my son his name is Cameron, which is Khamrin. I wanted hers to be Khamry. So it's not gonna be spelled like Camry, but
that child would have no future, no whatsoever.
What?
She would not get a job.
It's a little more classy than Mercedes.
Oh, what? I would rather go with Mercedes, but spelling it the way that you spelling it.
Whatever.
Well,
if you ever have any kids, what would you name?
But you tried it.
I did.
If I name my firstborn son's name is going to be Chancellor Noel Dykes. That's going to be his name.
That's nice.
You're gonna call him Chance for sure.
That's nice.
Then my girl's gonna have my name. I'm gonna call her Alexis or whatever. My baby girl, she's gonna be called Alexis. Then I'll just fill in the blanks with other kids.
Nice name.
Thank you. See, you weren't expecting that, were you?
No, I just
you thought I was gonna come up with something ghetto.
No, I'm just not
and you thought I was gonna because I want my children to have a chance. I want my children to have a future. Also, over this past weekend, Bill Cosby, of course. You guys know that he was actually on trial for the sexual assault case, and the judge declared a mistrial. Now, mistrial doesn't necessarily mean that he's found not guilty. It doesn't mean that he's guilty as well either. It means that the jury could not come to an agreement as far as if he was guilty or not guilty. They were split down the middle. They had to come to a unanimous decision that he was going to be found guilty or whatever.
How do you feel about that?
Do I feel that Bill Cosby is guilty? I don't feel that he's guilty, but I also don't feel that he's not guilty. I believe, and he said this on the record, in his, dispositions, that he has used Quaaludes in the past
everybody don't use Quaaludes.
No, ain't nobody using no
Your mom and daddy don't use Quaaludes.
I ain't never used no Quaaludes.
Your aunties, daddy, and cousins.
Now, we talking about poppers or something like that. I don't use a little bit of poppers. But I ain't never used no Quaaludes or no date rape drugs or anything like that. But I do believe that he did. He said that he's giving those things to those girls. But
they wanted them. They wanted the dick too.
Right, and that's how I feel. I feel that these women knew exactly what they were doing. And they knew what they was going up to his room or his suite or his basement or wherever you was going.
His car.
You was trying to get your come up. And now all of a sudden, because one person came, you got 49 other women coming forward and saying that Bill Cosby raped them as well too. Let this man die in peace. Like, all jokes aside, let him die in peace. He's on the way out. We all know that.
Because of this shit.
Or whatever, but just let him, die in peace. Do you feel that he was guilty?
No, hell no. I've been very vocal. And I feel like he's not guilty. Mm-hmm. Somebody said on social media the other day, and they said that they think that he's guilty, but they don't want him to go to jail. If you think he's guilty, he's going to go to jail. So they say, I just want him to live the rest of his life, not suffering in jail.
Some people
so you think he's just gonna be guilty and what? Kick his feet up, play video games?
Some people feel that they should that he should pay reparations to those people because of the fact that there's no sense of them sending him to jail. He just needs to pay them and just be done with the
He
whole
done paid
situation.
enough. They done took his stars. They done took his shows off. They done took
But
all
it
his
is back on TV One. Shout out to TV One for putting the Cosby Show back in.
Nah, I want to know all networks. I want to know ABC. I want to know NBC. But BET, I don't even understand why the fuck you took it off Centric. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Now, even though it was a mistrial, the prosecution has actually admitted that they're going to go after him again. They're going to try Bill Cosby
black.
again.
Of course they are.
Or whatever. So, he's
white
not,
man, they would have gave up.
He's not 100% out of the woods just yet. Camille Cosby, his wife, this is what she had to say in response to the jurors.
How do I describe the district attorney? Heinously and exploitively ambitious. How do I describe the judge? Overtly arrogant and collaborating with the district attorney. How do I describe the counsels for the accusers? Totally unethical. How do I describe many, but not all, general media? Blatantly vicious entities that continually disseminated intentional omissions of truth for the primary purpose of greedily selling sensationalism at the expense of a human life.
Sure. Now, I will say this, Camille. I appreciate you speaking out, but you got to be real careful with what you say because of the fact that this is the same judge that's going to be over this court. You can't call him names and insult him and insult the media and expect for him to really have a fair trial the next go around. Now, they do have up to 365 days to try him again. They're shooting for going at the 120-day mark. So he could actually be going, the trial could actually resume sometime later on this year too. Another case that another verdict came out this past weekend was in the Philando Castile case. Now, for those of you who don't know who Philando Castile is, this was actually the Facebook police brutality murder. If you guys remember, Philando was in a car with his girlfriend and his child, his daughter, in the back seat. He was pulled over, routine traffic stop. And what happened was he warned the police officer that he had a gun and also told him that he was licensed to carry the gun. And when he reached down to get the license to show it to the actual police officer, the officer actually shot and killed him. Shot him 4 times, if I'm not mistaken, with his daughter in the back seat. Now, and then of course you guys remember his girlfriend went live on Facebook through the whole, interaction. Now, a lot of people thought that this was going to be a definite, he was going to be charged and he was going to be sentenced. But the officer by the name of Geronimo Eyez, if I'm not mistaken, that's how you say his name, he was acquitted of all charges. All charges that, were brought against him, he was acquitted for him. Now, the police force did fire him, so he's no longer employed with the Minnesota Police Department. However, he's free. He's a free man.
Somebody gonna kill him.
How do you feel about that?
It's not a shocker to me because that's just how it's been happening. Yeah. It's really sad, but I feel like this happening, he's somebody gonna get him. Somebody's gonna get him. Either whether it's gonna be in his city if he try to go somewhere else.
So you mean like a retaliation?
Yes. Yeah. They either gonna have to take care of him like they did the white girl who killed her daughter, and move him around. But somebody gonna get him.
Even though the Minnesota Police Department, they did fire him, I guarantee you they set up for him to go someplace else here in the United States, and he's gonna have a job with full benefits. It is a sad situation. It's getting to the point where I hate to say this, but I feel like I'm getting numb to these types of things. Mm-hmm. We always talk about people don't care, people don't have emotions anymore, we become desensitized. But when you have a case where the man admitted that he overreacted because he was scared for his life, which that's a whole other show topic. I don't understand why people are so fearful of black men. I just don't get it. But he feared for his life, and so he decided to shoot this man 4 times. Law-abiding citizen, had on his seatbelt or whatever, had the permit to carry. He was licensed to carry, and he still was murdered. On top of that, he shot this man 4 times, and his daughter was sitting in the background, in the back seat. One of those bullets could have easily, if he just would have moved over to the left or to the right, he could have shot that girl in the back seat.
Yeah, I think it's kind of just like it's getting to a point where police officers are using it as an excuse, where they felt fear, just like with Anthony, you know, my friend who was killed.
They be fearful that they're like, but it take about 7 and 8. Oh yeah, that guy.
Like how did you feel Anthony running at you and he was completely naked? What was he going to hit you with? Like I don't understand. So it's like getting to a point where police officers are using that as an excuse, saying I fear my life. Like he told you he had a gun.
The message
he expressed to you he had a gun. He was going to show you it.
The message that this is sending to me, to most black men out there, is that it is okay for the police officers to be fearful of us and they can just shoot us in the head and the back, murder us 2 in the head and leave us for dead in the middle of the street. That's the message that's actually coming off. Now take a look or take a listen to what Philando Castile's mother had to say in response to the verdict.
Hey, Facebook and everybody around the world, I'm sure y'all seen this bullshit that happened today. Fuck what they talking about. Yeah, I'm going live now. I've been holding myself, trying to be strong and not say the wrong things because I already know how they get down. I'm 61 years old. I've seen it. I've smelled it. I've heard it. Now you see exactly what these motherfuckers think about us. They murdered my motherfucking son with his seatbelt on. So what does that say to you? Now they got free reign to keep killing us any kind of way they want to. So I just want to say one thing to everybody out there. I don't give a fuck what you do. Do what your heart desires, because that shit wasn't right. And I'm here to say that, and fuck the police. Say whatever the fuck you want to say. Now this is the real Valerie Castile. I don't give no fuck no more.
And there you have it, people. She said, fuck the police.
I'm with it.
And at this point, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. And it's getting to the point where it's frustrating because they're telling us, okay, you don't need to retaliate. We just need to pray or whatever. But at what point at what point is enough or whatever? Every time that I'm riding by a police officer or I get pulled over by a police officer, I get nervous. And it shouldn't be that way. I get hella nervous. You know, and they said we should just abide and we should just listen to the cops. But we have to it's not that easy because black boys, black men have to put forth so much effort to ensure that we are not murdered or they don't misconstrue or misinterpret.
How do we abide? Like, we don't know what to actually say. Like, what do you want me to say?
Exactly.
If I reach over to grab what you're asking me to grab,
right? You're liable to get shot.
You felt like you were. So nowadays it's like, how about you come and get the damn?
Well, they said we're supposed to have our hands on the steering wheel. Officer, I'm now reaching into the glove compartments. That's why I just try to go ahead and get all my stuff out before you pull out. But it makes me nervous too because I don't want him to think that I'm reaching there to get something or whatever. But you know, our thoughts and prayers with the family of Philando Castile. Did you get the opportunity to check out All Eyez on Me?
All Eyez on Me.
Tupac's new movie?
Nigga, to the day I have
That sounded so funny coming out your mouth.
Wow.
Thug nigga. Girl, you ain't no thug nigga.
I ain't saying boy, you know, but that's the song.
But
I have not seen it. I don't really plan on seeing it.
Really? Why?
I mean, because I grew up Tupac, listening to Tupac. Like, he's my favorite rapper, and
go ahead.
I felt like all the things that I saw when it came to make his movie, it just really didn't. It really looked interesting, to be honest with you.
But if you're a true Tupac fan, that you would go see if the movie actually did accurately depict.
I just wasn't interested. Just like Straight Outta Compton, I still ain't seen that.
Right.
I was not interested in those type of movies. I don't know. I just wasn't. But then after I saw the reviews and the feedback and all I'm hearing is really not good things, I ain't really too interested. So the reviews have been a little iffy with the Tupac movie. I do plan on going to see it sometime this week or probably moving into the weekend. Just because, you know, it's a movie, African Americans made it or whatever, they produced it, and just to show my, not show my respects, but to support, of course, the project and making sure that it sells. And it did. It opened at $27 million this past weekend. It far exceeded the expectations. They were looking for 17 to 20 million, and the movie actually did 27 million over the weekend.
or whatever. So congratulations to, everyone who's responsible for the Tupac All Eyes on Me movie. Now, someone who was not too happy about her portrayal in the movie was Mrs. Jada Pinkett Smith.
Okay.
And this is what she had to say about the Tupac movie. She says, "Forgive me, my relationship to Pac is too precious for me, for the scenes in All Eyes on Me to stand as the truth. Pac never read me that poem. I didn't know that poem existed until it was printed in his book. Pac never said goodbye to me before leaving for LA. He had to leave abruptly. It wasn't to pursue his career. I've never been to any of Pac's shows by his request. We never had an argument backstage. The remaining of my re-imaging of my relationship to Pac has been deeply hurtful." What do you feel about Jada speaking out on that?
What's crazy to me is that you have a person who basically was in this man's life, and you want to depict her in a film. She's still alive. Why didn't you just go to her
and say what?
And ask her, rather than trying to come up with your own fabricated story?
Yeah.
You made up your own shit instead of just going to the source.
Well, according to the gentleman who directed and produced the movie, he said that everything that they put out there when it came to Pac in this store was actually truthful, and that he was hurt that she felt that way. He wasn't intentionally trying to, portray her or their relationship differently.
The individual who directed the movie never met Tupac.
Yeah, but
Benny Boom never met Tupac, so how do you direct the movie and feel like?
Well, Trey, there's a lot of people who direct movies who don't meet the people.
Exactly,
but they know the people who are around them.
But no, that's why I'm saying you should have went to Jada, asked her hers, or either people who were around him.
Well, what happens when you do reach out to these people and then they don't respond?
That's just like when Whitney Williams. That's just like Whitney Williams when she was, executive producer of the Whitney Houston movie.
No, it was the Leah movie.
No, the Leah.
Right.
Whitney, you don't know. She didn't know Aaliyah like that to be doing that shit.
Well, you don't have to know someone
yes,
to
you
do that. No, you don't.
You need to know something.
Oh my God. Are not going to be able to speak to or deal with everyone.
But I'm the actor. I'm not the one directing it. If I would do research, let's say for example.
Same difference.
No.
Same difference.
It's not the same difference as the director and as far as an actor. So what I'm saying is, if Benny Boom was directing this movie, I felt like he could have had hit Jada up and asked her some of the things.
And if he
from
did,
their friendship,
and she did not respond, what are you to do then?
Well, then that's different. But we pretty sure she would have.
But no, I think he said he did try to reach out to her and she didn't respond back. Or whatever. I guess my thing is, for all of you, when biopics or whatever being made about people, and people reach out to you and you were close to these people, try to give them some nuggets of wisdom when it comes to, that particular person. I hate the fact that it came to the point where the movie came out and then she spoke out or whatever. In my eyes, the director or producer, whoever, they should have given her a copy of it before it actually came out, so she can say, okay, this is accurate, this is not accurate. But I think it's bad to kind of blast it. I think, when you're producing movies and stuff, get everybody involved. But sometimes maybe Jada didn't want to be involved with this project. Maybe she didn't want to be involved with Benny Boom or whoever, his name was. But if they reach out to you and then you opt not to be involved, let's not try to make it difficult or bash the film. That's all I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure she didn't do that.
So the Queen of Atlanta, not Miss Juicy, but the real Queen of Atlanta, Miss Nene Leakes, announced that she will be returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta for season 10. Now, Nene actually did a photo shoot and she posted those particular pictures on Instagram, and her caption was, thank you, it's been a long process, but we finally reached an agreement. All hail the queen for season 10 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. The threat is back.
So who is she the threat of, though? Like, is she the threat of television? Is she the threat of charade?
No, she's the threat of, she's a threat to all the women. Because she's an OG. Whatever.
Well, the OG that came back last season was Charade.
Season before last.
Either who, she came back.
Right.
And supposedly Kim Zolciak is coming back too.
Kim Zolciak is coming back as well. Nene says, got my eyes closed thinking about how I'm going to get you bitches together. Let's go. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Or something else that's going to be premiering when The Real Housewives of Atlanta premieres is Kandi and her group Xscape. Of course, they're going to have a docu-series that's going to be on Bravo after The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it's going to be following basically,
So
you know, the
tell me
moments.
I gotta see Kandi twice.
Right, Kandi is that bitch. Y'all can sit here and hate on Kandi all y'all want to.
I'm probably not
Kandi
gonna
was
watch it.
everybody's favorite until this past season. Everybody loved Kandi because Kandi was real.
I didn't like Kandi since she got with Todd.
Whatever. Everybody loved Kandi because she's so real and, you know, this, but now all of a sudden everybody hate her because things got real messy and dirty between her and Phaedra. But Kandi, you know, their biopic, or not biopic, Kandi's docu-series with Xscape.
Xscape's docu-series.
Right.
Okay,
Well,
it's not Kandi. It's Xscape.
Well, Xscape wasn't
Because
together.
don't take nothing from Tiny.
Truth be told, quiet as kept. Xscape got back together once Kandi said, "Okay, let's
Quiet
do
as
this."
kept. Tiny is the one made it happen, though.
No,
Kandi's the one who
it
said
would not
herself.
have happened if
Kandi admitted it. Tiny is the one making the
She
things together.
she was pulling the strings to get them to mend fences, but it
Of
did
course
not
it could.
happen
Of course it could.
until Kandi said, "Okay, I
Of
forgive
course, because
her."
all the other
So-
girls had agreed. You can't do it like the
So-
other member.
Exactly. So we had to wait until the boss bitch said,
No,
"Okay,
it's not about her being the
let's
boss
do
bitch.
this."
It's about her being the other member of the
Give
group.
that woman her accolades.
No, because it's
It
always
did
whenever
not
it's a group,
happen.
people
It
always
did
want
not
to take
happen.
away. People always want to take away, like it's not other people in the group, just like Destiny's Child.
Nobody
People always
is
take
taking
away
away
from
from
Kelly,
the fact
like
that
she ain't
there's
been there
other
with her
people in
short
the
box,
group,
with her
Trei.
shortcut from the beginning, right along with Beyonce.
Okay, at the end of the day,
In the beginning of the morning,
okay?
you still couldn't do it without everybody in the group.
Right.
So if Katie
So
wanted
that-
to do it, you couldn't do it without Tiny.
And
It
you're
ain't no
absolutely
sense.
right, but everybody was on one accord except the boss bitch.
Because she's
and
an
when
it, because she's
Kandi
stupid.
said, "Okay,
Because she knew it was going to be
let's
some more
make
money.
this happen."
No.
it's- okay, and
She
that
knew
could
it
be
would have made
true.
sense.
And
Okay, so let her
yes,
do what I'm saying. You
yes,
can't sit and say that
nothing
only
wrong
happened
with
because
that.
Candy said it.
It did.
So if Candy was the one putting it together and Tiny said no, it still wouldn't have happened.
Kandi was the one who used to write all of their songs. Kandi used to one
Fine.
who used to do their arrangements.
Anywho, congrats to y'all ladies
And
for having
Kandi,
y'all
thank you for
docu-series.
making this happen,
being
girl,
on there.
because I'm going to give you
Tiny,
your accolades.
thank you for making this happen because you the one that
Tiny,
put it
thank
together.
you for being the
Candy
glue.
even admitted it.
Thank you for being the glue to bring them back together. But at the end of the day, in the beginning of the morning, it would not have happened.
In the midst of
if
the evening.
Kandi wasn't going to be
In the
there.
middle of the day.
What I was
it
trying to
happened.
say is, before this little light-skinned thing interrupted
I
me,
was trying to take some
was
of somebody
that
else.
the show is going to be following them, all of the events leading up to their performance at the Essence Festival later on this month in New Orleans, and probably pick up after the Essence Festival. So we're going to be seeing Kandi for 2
They just
hours
following SWV.
on
They
Sunday.
follow SWV and their tracks. That's all, girls. Ain't nothing wrong with that. SWV had their own reality TV show. I think 2 or 3 seasons.
Nobody watched.
Oh, they did.
The Real Housewives of Atlanta star Mrs. Kenya Moore was married recently. That's right, people. She married someone, a gentleman and a scholar that we don't know. All we know is that he owns a restaurant in New York City, if I'm not mistaken. She actually married him. She had a secret wedding in St. Lucia's, if I'm not mistaken. Now, it's rumored that the Bravo executives are upset because Kenya ran off and married him secretly. They wanted the cameras to be there or whatever, but Kenya was like, no, some moments actually need to be made, need to be kept private. So she was, surrounded by just some of her closest friends.
Yeah,
Kenya and this young gentleman have been dating since December of last year.
Since
Now,
her and Matt was
there's
together.
some discrepancy saying that she was dating him the same time she was on Matt, but the way her and Matt's relationship
She like
is set
everything
up,
that start with an M.
The way
Money, Matt, Mark, Monte Carlo, makeup. Yes, makeup, because she need that makeup. Right? She needs that makeup.
I'm not gonna let y'all.
Raider.
I'm not gonna let you sit here and talk about my girl Kenya Moore like that.
You know she need that makeup. Let me
But she has solidified her position on the Real Housewives on Atlanta because she's a housewife.
Because she got a hired
now.
husband. I know that's right. You gotta pay that man. Now I hope she paid him because she ain't paid Matt.
Well, it's been said that he's not going to be seen on the show.
Who?
Her husband.
Because she don't want to.
Yeah, she
Because
doesn't.
she know it's fake.
She doesn't want to be seen on
But
the show.
how? But how? But how?
Let me tell you
How?
something.
So you know
Mark.
we're not gonna film at your house?
Now, Mark,
So
let
we're
me
not
say
gonna film
this.
at your stuff?
Let me say
Girl,
this,
bye.
Mark. Okay. Now, I understand you might try to be modest and you want to leave her in the spotlight or whatever the case may be. But Mark, go ahead and let them Bravo people cut and the production company come up and through your restaurant so your restaurant can glow up a whole lot more. That's all I'm saying, honey. When it's a come up, get on the train for the come up. We want to thank you guys so much for watching this episode of The Wild. We'll see you guys next episode. Bye.